Yeah, man. We here to talk about Bronny James. You know what I'm saying? The first couple of games of the summer league season, this man was out there playing like hot garbage. Every shot he shot up, it was a brick. He could have built a brick house with all them shots he missed in the first couple of games of the summer league season. You know what I'm saying? But as the season is going on, he's getting his feet wet. You know what I'm saying? He's getting his feet up under him. He's getting comfortable. He has some big shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying? Like coming behind your pops that's done won 4 championships, that's done been to like 8, you know what I'm saying, championship games and all this, that, and the third, and is arguably one of the best players in the National Basketball Association over the whole period of its existence. You know what I'm saying? So Bronny has some big shoes he got to fill, but he's actually going out there and he's actually starting to get comfortable. You can tell. I would rather have him than D'Lo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come off the bench, Bronny is doing more than Hachimura. Hachimura wasn't doing all this and that last year. You know what I'm saying? All we need Bronny James to do is come off the bench and average at least 10 points. That's it. And that's what he did these last 2 games. You know what I'm saying? And he played 5 games this season, in the summer league season. And he's averaging 5.8 points, 3.2 rebounds, and 1.2 steals per game while shooting 28.6% from the field. So he's out there putting up like a good percentage of shots and numbers at the same time. I'm going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But like the first couple of games, I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? I done dropped the bag on him and, you know what I'm saying, done lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what you doing out there, Bronny? What's going on, man? But I just felt like he was not comfortable. It's a lot of pressure when you're actually coming from 1 year of college, and let's just keep it real. His college season wasn't really that fire. It was not that good. So with that being said, he's actually going into the summer league, and this is something like it's a step higher than college, but it's still something new. He has to get comfortable within the system. He has to get comfortable with the coaching. He has to get comfortable with his teammates. You know what I'm saying? And being that all the spotlight and the lights are on him every time he hits the court, that could kind of make a person uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? But these last 2 games, he's actually showed up and he showed that he belongs in the NBA. A lot of people were saying back the garbage truck up and take him to the landfill. You know what I'm saying? But these last 2 games, he kind of like proved them wrong and kind of like showing that he can like average like, you know what I'm saying, like at least 10 points per game, because that's all the Lakers will actually need him to do, because he ain't going to be no starter, fam. He's not going to be no starter. I'm going to keep it real. Bronny James is not going to be no starter. He going to come off the bench and he going to be scoring points as far as like that goes. But as far as being a starter, I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. But these last couple of games has been like a positive outlook in like a storyline for the summer league, because who else is in the summer league that people are talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hear them talking about the Lakers earlier pick that they picked, and you know what I'm saying, like earlier in the NBA draft. I don't hear nobody else talking about really much in the summer league but Bronny James. So it is a lot of pressure on this guy. It is a lot of pressure, man, and like pressure bust pipes. We know that. Pressure bust pipes, but I feel like Bronny can actually go in there and he can actually have a good season in the regular season with playing with his pops. You know what I'm saying? Because LeBron James, he went out there, this dude coming out, you know, they label him the king already. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he had big shoes to fill himself. And now this is the second coming of him, and that's his son Bronny. And Bronny just got just as big as shoes as his dad to fill when he first stepped foot on that hardwood. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Like Bronny has to go out there, he has to just block out all the criticism. He gotta block out all the mess. He gotta block out all the talking, the scrutiny, all the media stuff. He gotta block all that stuff out and focus in and play his game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you basically practice with one of the best dudes in the world, your dad. You know what I'm saying? And his brother is kind of fire. Bryce is fire too. So, you know, when he hit the court. So I feel like, man, Bronny's going to come out there. He's going to make the team. You know what I'm saying? Forget all this G League stuff. He needs to sit at that bench. He needs to be at the end of the bench, you know what I'm saying, and then coming off the bench, because you never know who's going to get hurt during the NBA season. And I feel like Bronny could go out there and give the Lakers some positive minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could be energy in that second wave coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? That second team actually coming off the bench and be that energy to actually boost the team up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what other person that you got coming off the bench besides Austin Reeves? Is he a starter? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. The Lakers ain't making no big moves to actually get no other players this year. I don't see any other players like looking to go by the trade deadline over there to play for LA. You know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson could have went over there. He didn't want to play with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? He just felt like the organization was kind of the same as the Golden State Warriors, which he had just came from. So that's why he chose to go play with Kyrie. So I don't see any like big time name free agent guys going over there to play with LeBron and AD. So with that being said, they got to hold down the first team, and then Bronny got to actually make the second team his. He got to make that second team his. He got to go in there and be like, yo, this is my team. You know what I'm saying? He has to act like his dad on the first team, if that makes sense. Go in there, take over, take control. You know what I'm saying? Like calling plays and this, that, and the third, because they actually need a scorer, a point scorer. You know what I'm saying? Because D'Lo, I don't see him as being that point scorer that like the Lakers want him to be. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he just kind of come up short in those big moments. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Bronny James can actually go out there and make an impact this season on the team of the Los Angeles Lakers. And this is history, bro. That's the reason why it's so much of a big deal right now. It is history. They're making history. How many other players, as far as like Suns coming in the league, have you seen that actually made an impact in the game, that even made it to the NBA? You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan. I didn't see him being one of them top players in the league. Who else? A lot of these dudes had sons, man. I didn't see a lot of these dudes' sons playing in the NBA. You just don't. You know what I'm saying? The apple don't fall too close to the tree when it comes to actually passing down passing down those sports. Talent to your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like any of all these other sports, baseball and hockey and things like that. But you rarely ever see that in basketball. That's why this is history for Bronny and LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like the first dad and son to actually go out there and play together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. That is big, man. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Bronny needs to just focus in, bro. As long as he have his focus together, he will be fine. Jaylen Brown, don't worry about Bronny James. Worry about yourself. You just got your first championship. How many years you been in the league, and you just not getting your first championship? Bronny ain't played not 1 year in the league yet. Give that man time, bro. Give him time. I know you might not like his pops, but don't let that fall on him. You know what I'm saying? If people don't like his pops, don't let that fall like on Bronny. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his pops. That's not him. He's a totally different person. Yeah, he got the last name, but he don't have the same characteristics and personalities as his pops. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just feel like Bronny just gotta be settled and subtle and just kind of like make sure that he's doing the right things that he needs to do for him. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like holding it down in the NBA and making that second team his, because like who's on the Lakers roster that you can actually say that's gonna come off the bench and give them that number one scorer off the bench? Hachimura? He had a pretty good solid season last year, but I don't see him actually going in there doing that again. You know what I'm saying? Like Austin Reeves, is he a starter? Some games he starts, some games he don't. You know what I'm saying? Like who is gonna be that scorer that's coming off the bench? I feel like it could be Bronny James. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers took a chance on him, bro. They took a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like they signed him for he got a pretty good contract. He need to go out there and perform. You know what I'm saying? Like only thing he needs to do is just, hey, look, put your headphones in, put your earbuds in, Bronny, and just be like, yo, man, forget all this stuff. I'm going out here to play my game, and I'm going out here to do my numbers, and I'm going out here to do me. Forget everything else and what everybody else got going on the outside. This is all about you and your season. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, they're saying that Bronny ain't ready. He's just living off the last name and things of that nature. He may. But all in all, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bronny is ready for the NBA, because if he wasn't, he wouldn't have got chosen. You know what I'm saying? Like they saying that LeBron kept a roster spot open for Bronny, and you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, we gotta see what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deserves a fair shot. Everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves, you know what I'm saying, to get a chance to sit at the table to actually see what they can do. And then when you see if they don't perform, then you can have the criticism later on. But don't criticize before you actually get to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Bronny has been solid. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's blocking out the haters. He's talking to his pops. He's seeing what's going on, and he's out there like doing his numbers these last couple games, because all in all, you don't need the outside noise to actually kind of like determine what your night is gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? As far as like stats and things of that nature. Sometimes you can be a silent statter. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to pile up the stats and hit the stats all the time. Sometimes you can go out there and just be a great team player, and that stands out, and that makes that as long as y'all get the win, that's all that matters. But when you start losing, that's when they can kind of come out and scrutinize you and things of that nature, all this, that, and the third. So he don't always have to be a top scorer. You know what I'm saying? Just because his dad is a scorer like that, don't mean Bronny got to be a scorer. He could be a defensive player. He can, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a role in the NBA and everybody plays it. You could be a defensive player. You can be an offensive player. You know what I'm saying? Like things of that nature. You can be a good screen setter. You know what I'm saying? You could be a three-point shooter. You can be, you know what I'm saying, a mid-range shooter, like things of that nature. And I feel like Bronny needs to actually take more like mid-range jumpers. You know what I'm saying? Like work on your mid-range. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Middleton. He's not that crazy of a great three-point shooter, but his mid-range when he shoot is swish. You know what I'm saying? You need to have that Chris Middleton, like, you know what I'm saying, like mid-range. You might need to work out with him. You know what I'm saying? That'll kind of help you out with that mid-range game. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's going to be a great season for Bronny. He just need to kind of keep his head down and don't worry about what people are saying. People go talk. Whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad, people are going to talk. Just always remember that. People go talk. And all promotion and publicity is good. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But it's the homie Hood Legend. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. We got more sports talk coming along the way. Till next time, I'm out.